Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video today. So I was initially gonna wait on doing this video until I was maxed, but tons of people have been asking about my bank recently, and I'm planning on making a banking cleaning video just to help you guys clean out everything unnecessary in your bank. But kind of like the first big clean I did when I got the quest cape, I kind of cleaned out my bank quite a bit. I figured the next big clean will be when I'm maxed and stuff like that, but I kind of want to make a bank video today showing you guys where the Ironman bank is right now, just before we are max, sitting at 2252 total, where the bank is pretty much been at for the past couple of years and stuff like that. It's growing, shrinking, stuff like that. So today we're gonna be doing a bank video. If you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like button. Alright, so the bank is sitting at about 902 million. Goes up and down depending on the prices and stuff like that at the time. It is, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it is not the most organized bank in the world. There is a lot wrong with this bank, but today I'm going to pretty much just show you everything that I have and stuff like that. Maybe I'll go over the things I have in my house in the maxing video. I'm going to try and make this one semi-quick. Still will probably be about 15 minutes, something like that. But here's the stats right now. I'll just quickly scroll through each one of the stats because, you know, the bank value goes down when you train certain stats like crafting, for example, stuff like that. But yeah, so we're sitting about 312,222,522 total. So let's just go ahead and look at the bank. So very first tab, I kind of been throwing junk in, but at the very top we have all of the runes. Notable ones would be, you know, like law runes. The blood runes here is probably well over 100 million, 127 million in blood runes, death runes, all the runes and stuff you get from just training rune crafting and boss drops over time. Obviously, the blood runes were from 99 rune crafting and a lot of pure essence that I still can use. So runes are looking pretty good. Then we just have some tools. I don't know why I have so many hammers. I guess I just picked them up from doing random activities and stuff like that. We have the crystal saw, random stuff that we don't really need, right? I don't really need a rake, a seed dibber and stuff like that because I have it in the tool leprechaun. So I'm going to be going over and cleaning that when we max and stuff like that. Sitting at 18 million GP. It was a lot higher, but you know, you got to pay for herbs, cleaning and vialing and all that type of shit. And then we kind of move down to the more essential kind of tools here, like the Xerix Talisman, Rune Pickaxe, and Dragon Axe. I consider those tools. Glass blowing pipes, very important for crafting, and Marks of Grace. This will go up a lot as well. How much is this worth? Just about 2 million. Stuff like that. I do need to get more redwood logs for doing birdhouses, but I'll probably do some more AFKing of that when I'm maxed and stuff like that. That should last a little while anyways. I don't do them like every day like I should, but Tockle's pretty low as well. We need to stock up on more burning amulets. We have about 22 right now. We just recently got the white graceful. We changed the graceful to the white variant. So I keep my graceful up here, and then this is where it kind of gets a little junky, where I just started throwing random bits and pieces that I will clear when I'm maxed. So we have things that we use like the Shazian armor, making adamant darts and bolts. We have stardust here from that update. We have some botanical pies for when I needed to boost back in the day, some dodgy necklaces from thieving. We have the tower mintar that we used in one video. We have the mining outfit. I keep the mining outfit here at the bottom because I've been doing a lot of mining recently. I don't know why we have so many uncut jades here. These 3 dragon daggers were from a dragon impling. We don't need this little placeholder anymore because we have the graceful boots up here. And the amethyst darts, we had almost roughly 100,000, so we've used a little bit. This is still valued at 45 million, so it's quite a bit in there. Alright, so that is it for the first tab. I mean, I guess we have the monkey, little Prince Sally monkey. That's pretty good as well. But the second tab is where it starts to get a little bit more organized, I would say. Here's, I guess, my skilling tab. So we just have all of the logs, oak logs, teak logs, all the logs, right? And then we have the planks and the lantern lenses from crafting. We have the maple longbows from fletching. We have the empty light orbs from crafting as well. Tons and tons of these just stacking up over time from crafting. We do need some more feathers, that is for sure. I'll probably get about 1 million feathers once I'm maxed as well. And then we have all of the uncut gems. We have a decent chunk of uncuts as well. Like if we were to make these into the jewelry and elk them, be what, 3-4 million in just the diamonds. Pretty damn good, to be honest. Bird's Nest, we definitely need more of these as well. And sand, we just get the daily sand from Bert now, but we did have like 200,000 before we were going 499 crafting. That was a big grind to get all the sand, but now we just get passive sand, which is nice. And yeah, we need some more of the uncuts, topaz as well for making burning amulets, but other than that, we just have all the nests and stuff like here. And then we have the motherlode mining / cooking, fishing type stuff down here. So we have 53k coal, 18k mithril, 9600 adamant, and 41,000 gold. This is going to be a white stack of gold bars soon. Can't wait for that. Then we have monkfish. Before I knew about anglers, back in the day, probably 3 years ago now, I fished like 40,000 raw monks. And then I cooked them all, obviously, for 99 cooking, and I still have 12,000 left over. I barely use them now, only if I, like, don't have any carbons handy, but we do have 15,000 carbons we need to cook up. So, yeah, I don't really use the monkfish as much anymore. And then the swordfish, lobsters, and 48,000 tuna. That's just from cooking over time. I get the kingdom to collect it. As you can see, we have another 35,000 raw tuna. 18,000 raw swordfish. I want to go for post cooking experience just because it's an easy 200 mil to achieve, and that's why I get the kingdom to collect the post tuna and stuff like that. 35,000, that's only 3.5 million cooking XP sitting right there. I'm not sure how much the carbons are. They're about 200 XP each, 190, so that's a lot more there, and you can tick them and stuff like that. Other than that, we have the tackle box, we have the fish barrel, and 1,400 golden nuggets, which is pretty ridiculous. Alright, so we'll move to the next tab now. This one's not very interesting at all. I'm definitely going to be fixing all this once I max, like I said. But this is kind of just like the quick stuff I would grab for farm runs, because I did quite a bit of farm runs, obviously. So I just have like Ectophile farming outfit, Tome of Fire, stuff like that, and the RD and the Lumbridge thing. Just random quick tab I can get to for farming. Doesn't really need to be here. We can fix that later. The next tab, however, is the farming tab. So we have all of the seeds that, like the herb seeds that I use at the top, and then we have the almonds that I use as well, like snape grass, watermelon. I don't really use watermelon, but limpworts, Aspori seeds. We have 200 Aspori seeds, which is crazy. And then all of the other random seeds that I don't really want to put in the seed vault because they're pretty good, like teak. We have spirit. Holy shit, we have 12 spirits. That's a lot. 31 palms, stuff like that, and then all of the compost potions that we do make end up going into this tab, and we make the ultra compost that way. And then, we have like some of the payments in order to pay for the trees, some extra plant pots, and then just some of them that are already into the saplings. Not very interesting, but definitely a good tab. I forgot to say the value, sorry. So this first tab, the skilling tab's 107 million. This one's 2 million, and then this one is 17 million. Alright, so we're going to move over now to the herb tab, probably one of the most expensive tabs that I have. Perfect. This is coming in at 150 million GP. It was a lot more, obviously. The unfinished potions and the herbs are worth a lot more than the finished potions. That just is how the game is. But it is still valued at 150 million GP, which is crazy. We don't have many herbs left and stuff like that because we've been working on herb lore. But the way I set the bank up, which is the grimy, the clean, unfinished, secondary, 4, 3, 2, 1 for pretty much all of the potions. It kind of gets a little bit messy down here. So we have all of them up to Ceridome and Brew, which I really like how this works because I can just grab the secondary ingredient, and I can see like, okay, for Irit potions, I have 93 secondary ingredients that I can make 93 potions. That's not a really good example. The snape grass or something like that, I can make another 123 prayer potions before I need to go collect the other secondary ingredient. I really like how this is set up. A lot of people like this about my bank. But yeah, and then at the very bottom of the tab gets very messy, like I said, because some of the potions you don't tend to make, like the dwarf weed ones and stuff like that. I guess I do have it set up here for the dwarf weeds, but we don't really use that. And then after here, we just have random stuff that I definitely need to sort out. I was making anti-fire potions back in the day when killing Vorkath or just dragons and stuff like that. Then we have some other random stuff like chocolate bars, bird's nests, Tarman potions, Guam, stuff like that, And then we have a decent amount, 747 full stamina potions and 2,000 combat potions, which is awesome. 17,000 vials, and then just random 1 dose, 2 dose, 3 dose, random stuff that we, will eventually use, like obviously the combat potions, anti-venom, stuff like that, and amylase crystals. But other than that, the tab is awesome. I really like how this tab turned out. All right, next tab we have this is kind of like my Alchemy tab in a way. And then I also kind of combined it with Zulrah loot, which is kind of interesting because I was killing Zulrah for months and months and months. So it kind of turned into my Zulrah and Alchemy tab. So at the very top, we have all the rings you get from birds' nests. And then back in the day when I needed money, which I don't now, but back in the day, I would make the bracelets and then high alch them because these were good value. So like I was talking about before, if I make diamond bracelets, you can alch these for like, 2k each, right? So just right there, just in the 15 bracelets, that's a 34k in high alchemy value. So this is what I used to do back in the day to make a ton of money high alching. And then obviously we have pretty much the Zulrah / Vorkath loot. We put a little bit of Vorkath loot in here as well. What can I see that was from Vorkath in here? Oh yeah, the Wrath runes. Wrath runes are very, very good for training Slayer and gaining prayer experience. I definitely need to craft more of those in the future, but Vorkath dropped my first little bit of them. We have, some plate bodies that we made from smithing to elk. Then just random stuff in here that I don't really tend to use that much, like soaked pages. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Tome of Water, so these will probably just sit in here forever. I'll probably put them in another tab in the future and stuff like that. But we have 100,000 Zulrah skills left, which is kind of crazy. I think I had over 250,000 at the start of the year, so in like a year, we used 150,000 skills. That's pretty scary. I'm gonna have to go back and kill Zulrah in the future. But I do have 4 extra Serpentine Visages, 3 fucking Onyxes. We have... I guess we still have a decent amount of these Zulrah teleports, so we could probably keep up with those and stuff like that. 19,000 grapes, which is going to be a ton of cooking XP. I'm so excited for that. And just random other little bits of stuff like jugs of wine from cooking, some silver bars. I sometimes use these to make jewelry, and other stuff that I just need to elk, honestly. And we also have a hard and a medium. Don't judge me. I just don't feel like doing them right now. The next tab I feel like only OG players in a way will have, because everyone used to do this back in the day, the skill cape tab. A lot of people just put the skill capes in the cape rack nowadays in their house, but I've always just liked keeping them all in the bank. I never wear any of them besides runecrafting, Slayer for the fashion, but the one I pretty much wear and use the most would be the construction. Obviously, it's the pretty much most useful cape in the game. I used to use the crafting cape a lot. I still do, but I have the crafting cape hung up in my house as well. So it's pretty much in the order that we, got them. So fire making, then we got woodcutting, thieving, fletching, crafting, cooking. Then we got the quest cape, but the quest cape, has more requirements after that, but that's the order that we got it. And then we got strength, hit points, farming, rune crafting, magic, range, construction, attack, hunter, fishing, and slayer. So I'm not too sure exactly what the next one will be. Probably mining, but we'll have to wait and see. Could be defense, you never know. But that's the order that I got them in. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, so I forgot to keep valuing these tabs, guys. So yeah, this one was 150 mil, 65 mil, and this one doesn't have a value. I mean, you could elk these, but and then this is my loot tab, 118 million GP from loot. Obviously this has gone down a ton from all of the bones being gone. It was probably valued at 160, 170 million, but obviously the bones, like Hydra bones, are so expensive. They're like 5-6k each. We had thousands of those. Just all the other bones are pretty much gone now. We only have dragon bones and stuff like that. But very top of this tab, I keep all the ensouled heads, and then I also keep the dark totems here, which we need to go use those. We have 13 full totems, and then we have 3 dragon harpoons. We actually have 4 ones in the fish barrel thing. But I'll cover that in the deep dive when I max. The deep dive bank video when I max. And then we just have random dragon drops and stuff like that. Keep in mind as well, we have, what is that, like 140, 150 crystal keys that we need to open eventually too, which is also valued at like 20, 30k each. So that's a lot of money right there. Then we have all the dragon equipment, like dragon knives. These are valued at a lot for PKers, 6 million GP right there. The dragon throwing axes is another, only 400k, so that's like 7 mil total. And then just random cool little bits and things like dragon arrows if we ever get a twisted bow, which would be pretty cool. We have 1,000 runite ore, which is probably valued at like what, 10 million GP, 11 million GP right there. We need to actually get more lizardman fangs so I can hang a talisman up in the house. We have 5 extra ones that we can convert, but I need to go back to shamans, get the dragon warhammer. I really need to get that knocked out of the way. Ancient shards, we tend to use pretty much right when we get, so that kind of sucks. But we definitely need to get more ancient shards when we go back to Slayer, stuff like that. 130k flax from Zalra, that's a lot of flax. This is probably not valued at much at all. Like, yeah, 130k, they're 1 GP each. 5k cannonballs just from drops. I've never made a cannonball on this account, I don't think. 50,000 Numalite, that was from the herbivore grind. We definitely need to pick up some more locator orbs because all the PKers in the wilderness PKU and then you freaking lose them, which is so annoying. And then we have some seaweed spores, the KQ head, 1 KC by the way, and abyssal head as well. 2 extra tentacles. I think you need 10 tentacles or something like that to upgrade the trident, so we'll probably do that in the future. Kraken's super chill, and I already have the pet and stuff like that for Sandfuse serums, and then the antidotes kind of running low on these. We had like 1400. I don't know where the hell we would use that many antidotes, but we ended up doing so. Runite crossbows, like these random things, man, we can just elk. Like, I don't need rune crossbow use. I don't even know what these would have been from, probably like wyverns or something like that back in the day. Adamant bolts, like I don't need this shit in my bank, right? And then we have like rune knives, some pirate boots from the Kraken as well, and then kind of more so down here leads to like the majority of the elkable loot that comes, grows, and then I elk it all. So we have decent amount of rune to elk here, nothing crazy. These were all like 70, 80 plus at one point, and then we elked them all. But the real thing is right here. Almost 2200 battle staffs. Now, if you put the heads on them, and by the heads I mean the orbs, and make them into the actual battle staffs, they'll elk for like, what is it, like 10k each, something like that. 9300 each. So that's sitting on a solid, you know, 20 million, something like that. Pretty crazy if I actually went and did that. That's a lot of money right there. And obviously the mystic ones out for like 25k each. So like that's 2 mil just sitting in those 2 items right there as well. Actually, absolutely crazy, man. If you actually go and deep dive through your bank, you have a lot more money than you would think. And then we obviously moving down a little bit more. We have some of these random ballista drops from demonic gorillas, some smoke runes, some crystal shards, and then random little DK rings, 2 berserker rings. We never got an archer's ring on this account, unfortunately, so we need to go back to Dagonauts. They're good anyways and stuff like that. 2 Hydra leathers, of course. We are very dry at Hydra because of the fact that we still don't have the claw, but just those 2 leathers coming in at a solid 10 million GP, which is pretty crazy. These also are dropped. They're only 3 million though, but we have 7,000 of them. Is insane. 6 Hydra heads as well. There's just so much cool stuff in here. Dragon bolts as well, which is sitting at a solid 2.8 million. Nothing crazy. And then just random other drops that, you know, we get from doing bossing over time and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the loot tab. 66 brimstone keys as well. We need to get those open and stuff, but I just don't have time, and I want to do it when I go back to Slayer, stuff like that. Alright, now we're going to be moving into one of my favorite tabs, is the gear tab, okay? Oh, spoiler by the way. Here is the gear tab. Nothing crazy, honestly. So like I said, this was sitting at 118 million. Gear is sitting at 190 million, so definitely could be a lot better. But I'll just show you guys the gear that I have, and this needs to be cleaned out too. There's a ton of stuff I don't really use anymore, but I keep in here for some reason. So we have the Slayer helm, obviously probably the thing I use the most. I like the red one. I do think I'm going to switch it over to either the Vorkath one or the Hydra one eventually, but I do like the red one and just how it looks and stuff like that. We have the Fire Cape, obviously, Proselyte, obviously, Dragon Defender, a bunch of whips. We have Amulet of Fury, Dragon Boots, and then this used to be like the OG Slayer gear with the Dragon Boots and the Fury and stuff like that, and the Barrows Gloves. We got some upgrades now, but yeah, these are all from Hydra, I think. Yeah, that's 1 million GP sitting in black D-hide bodies. Don't really need those at all anymore, so I'll probably just elk them. We have Mystic, which we don't really need anymore either. Don't know why I have Mystic in here. I think you get it as a drop from something. Okay, we have a Dragon Dagger in here. Random bits of bolts for killing, what is that called? Vorkath. Then we have the Mythical Cape. We have a Damaged Book. We have the Herb Sack, which we use quite a bit. And then, I guess, we have the Nezinot Face Guard. I don't know what that's sitting at now. 18 million, nothing crazy. It used to be like 28. Some prices, man, going down all the time. Ivan Staff, Ancient Staff. We have Full Elite Void, which is awesome. And then we also have the Ava's Assembler, Fighter Torso. That was a bitch to get. Not looking forward to that diary either. Might have a friend help me with that. One of my real life friends needs to do it or something like that. I don't even know. And then we have stuff like the room pouch. Like, see this Ceridome and Miter? I don't need this. Like, I can put it in my house. I really need to do a deep dive on the bank. With the crystal shield, we have all 3 of the imbued god caves, which is that was a little rough one to get to. Trident of the swamp. So I don't need the black D'hide chaps and stuff like that anymore. I have the ancient chaps and then the ancient D'hide body, stuff like that. It's way better. You can just use that instead. And then kind of the mess comes here with all of the Barrows loot. Obviously, we have, let me show you guys the collection log quickly for Barrows. If I go to, would it be a minigame? No, Barrows chest right here. So we're almost done. Barrows, we're just missing 2 pieces. So we're missing kind of an important one, really. The Harold's leather skirt and then Gothin's helm. So really 2 important pieces we're missing. But yeah, we have 620 KC at Barrows. Nothing impressive. It's just, you know, I really only wanted to do Barrows for Arums so that I could do Zulrah. So, yeah, I got full Arums, which is awesome. That's kind of why I don't need Mystics anymore. And then we just move down a little bit more. We have the Abyssal Dagger, which we got from the Abyssal Sire. Wow, this is 2.9 million. Now, when I got it, it was 6 or 7 mil. That's crazy. It's went down that much. Crystal Bow. And then we get into the very kind of expensive stuff that we got recently. Not really recently, but semi-recently. Ring of the Suffering. We have the Necklace of Anguish, the Tormented Bracelet, the Amulet of Torture. And then we also have the Mage set that we finished. We have the Internal Boots, Mage's Book, and Master Wand. I'm not sure what the Mage's Book is sitting at now. 3 million. That's not worth the time it takes to get. And stuff like that. We got 4 Occult Necklaces. This Salve Amulet EI. I don't remember how you get this, but it's the one that you use to kill Vorkath. Very important, by the way. And then we have 2 Brimstone Rings from Hydra, 6 million. The Ferocious Gloves as well from Hydra, which is, holy shit, 5 million GP. And then the Primordials, which we recently just got, sitting at 27 million GP. What a beautiful sight. And the last tab is the Junk. The Junk is sitting at 17 million, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to definitely empty this a lot too and put like the party hats and shit like that into sets because we don't need these party hats and stuff like that being out. Or we don't really even need them in general. But, you know, you got to keep them. They're OG little items. I don't know. We got the Halloween masks in a set, so I need to put the party hats and stuff like that into the sets as well. But, yeah, this is pretty much the Junk tab. Nothing really in here. Like Black Candle, I still have that, which is cool. Barrel chest anchor, I wanted to get that because like back in the day I remember like you were so cool if you had this barrel chest anchor, so I just wanted to get that and stuff. But yeah, we got the barrel chest anchor, random little bits and stuff like the Moch pearls, random currencies too that you don't really ever really need or has a purpose, but you know, Ring of Karis, just quest items usually that you don't really want to throw out. We have the V's shield, stuff like that. Like we can get rid of this random slot here. We have clue scrolls. Don't judge me. I need to do my clue scrolls. The Brine Saber grind. God damn, that was horrible. And just random stuff. Like I remember Zamorak I used for something. We have a lot of the diary rewards in here too, as you can see. But yeah, like I said, just currencies like Abyssal Pearls. You got the trading sticks and stuff like that. And all the quest items. Stuff that you just don't really want to throw out. Like these skis. I could put them in the POH, but these are freaking sick, man. You can just like walk around the game with skis. So, you know, I thought I'd wear them, but I haven't worn them since the day of release, stuff like that. But yeah, that's the bank in a nutshell. We have another pet kitten. I don't know why we have that, but oh, that was for an achievement diary, stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, the bank, 902 million GP. Pretty crazy. The next bank video, when I'm maxed, will be over 1 billion GP. We will be a billionaire in the next bank video. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you commented, or if you watched the whole video, comment 902 mil down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.